Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Brainwaves, back with another one. Welcome to my show. When you come into the building, I kindly ask that you double tap the screen. That's right. Well, I'm going to talk to y'all about, if you haven't heard, we got flooding in China. Now, see, this flooding is not just your typical flooding. We have flooding that's considered a once-in-a-lifetime event. That's taking place in China. And then in the same moment, you have flooding that has taken place where I am here in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, we've heard of flooding in other areas, of course. There's been flooding all over the country. But it's just the fact that we've got such widespread flooding, that should raise some alarms. And especially when we start looking at the footage and we start breaking things down and we just see what's what, man, you can't make this stuff up right here. You really can't. So what I want to do is go ahead and show y'all some video. Well, we're going to go through the information footage first, and then we're going to take a look at some videos. I'm going to give y'all a chance to come into the building. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. All right. So what I want to talk to you here is we're taking a look at this particular article. Okay. This article here talks about how serious this issue is. All right. We see here that it says Southwest China on alert for more deadly flooding. Okay. As if the flooding is not enough, they got more flooding on the way. It says as downpours again threaten the already rain-soaked county. All right. We're going to go through this in a second. Basically, it says a county in southwestern China is bracing for another deluge just days after records flood killed at least 6 people. Okay. They're saying exceptionally large floods began sweeping through the county on Tuesday, setting new benchmarks for both rainfall and water levels, state broadcaster CCTV reported on Thursday without saying what those levels were. It's crazy, man. And then in the same breath, we got flooding that's over here that was so bad here in Atlanta that it impacted Interstate 75 near Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. And this is near the airport. So there's a lot going on. Now, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and show y'all some video footage. Maybe we'll leave the China one up. You know what I'm saying? I'll do it like this. How about we do this? We'll do this. So that way people can kind of see what's what when they come into the building. Like I said, when you come into the building, make sure you double tap the screen. All right. Double tap the screen, and we're about to get into this because there's a lot going on that y'all got to realize. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the video footage. All right. Let me see. And what we'll do is turn the music down. Well, let's go ahead and let it rock. Crazy, man.
Towns and villages in southern China's Guangxi region are half submerged as powerful floodwaters surge downstream from Guizhou province. The Lu River, which originates in Guizhou, is now overflowing across rural Guangxi after violent flooding hit Rongjiang and Songjiang cities earlier this week. The township of Meilin in Guangxi has been the worst hit so far, with water levels rising more than 4 meters, that's about 13 feet, above the safe threshold. At least 6 people have died, according to Chinese state media Xinhua, and thousands have been displaced. In Rongjiang, a town of 300,000 at the confluence of 3 rivers, locals witnessed a flood meteorologists say happens only once in 50 years. The Fujiang, a town of 300,000 at the confluence of 3 rivers, locals witnessed a flood meteorologists say happens only once in 50 years. The flow rate there surged to 11,800 cubic meters per second. That's like nearly 5 Olympic swimming pools every second. Over 80 times the normal flow. With homes uninhabitable, many residents are now taking shelter in local hotels. These hotels are also housing emergency crews and reconstruction teams. Emergency response teams have been working non-stop, monitoring rainfall, reinforcing infrastructure, and simulating flood scenarios. But officials say rural areas are still at high risk due to weak infrastructure and limited forecasting coverage. Even as surface flooding begins to recede, regions across Guizhou, Guangxi, Chongqing, Yunnan, and Sichuan remain on high alert, fearing landslides, road collapses, and hydro dam overflows. And now another threat looms. A tropical depression is set to make landfall in Guangxi tonight.
Y'all hear that? So basically, this tropical depression in Guangxi has probably already hit, and they already dealing with that. Like, this stuff is crazy. There's a lot going on biblically here. Now, I know a lot of people may not agree with that, but there's a lot that's taking place biblically. Listen, y'all, I told y'all 2025 is the year to shake up, break up, wake up, make up. And the world is being shooken up. Situations and people and things are being broken up, etc., etc. People are waking up. Things are being made up, as well as situations and scenarios are making up. You know, they're getting better, they're mending, they're getting to where they need to be. And sometimes it takes these natural disasters to get our attention and humble us and slow us down, because we walk around like we big and bad with all of our weapons and all of our money and all of our power and might and numbers. We forget that a simple thing as a storm or a flood or weather can humble us. But let's go.
It already hit Hainan Island earlier today and has begun dumping more rain over mainland Guangdong. This comes just 2 weeks after Typhoon Wudip battered southern China, worsening the already dire situation. Experts are pointing to climate change as the culprit, saying extreme weather is becoming more frequent and unpredictable.
Y'all hear that? Extreme weather is becoming more frequent and unpredictable, right? Now, we just looking at China here. I got to get to Atlanta. Some stuff you're going to be like, wait, what? And mind you, while I'm on this subject, there are plenty of other states in the U.S. that's being flooded. I just want to talk about what was taking place at the same time. And they're saying it's because of climate change. Yeah, you can say that. That's a part of it. But this is also some biblical things taking place. Just like what we've been seeing that's been going on with the Supreme Court and different changes here that we talked about yesterday. Do you see how when I do my content, it all connects? When I do my content connects. It's a continuation because I do it as one big story, as another chapter in the book. Right? That's what makes me very unique and creative versus many other content creators. A lot of other content creators, their content is completely separate unless they're talking about the exact same subject. I'm able to correlate and tie in all of what you watch and what you see on my channel to this story. And what's going on here is tied into what we were talking about yesterday. This is a lot of biblical stuff taking place. Now, this is not to be afraid. This is to inform you all so that you know what's going on. I have to stress this. This is not a fear-mongering channel, but this is to inform everyone, hey, this is happening. Hey, this is happening. Well, maybe there might be some truth and relevance to what Brainwaves is saying. Maybe he's sounding a lot and saying a lot that's going on. But anyway, let's continue.
While cities may have better defenses, many counties like Rongjiang lack adequate resources.
And I want to add something to this. You know how people be like, move out of the country when it comes to wars and situations like that, right? You know, that's the narrative. Everybody say, oh, it's getting bad in America. I'm about to pack up and move out of America, right? So how about people, you got to think about this. What if you were to pack up, say you were deciding to go to China? I'm not saying that's where any of you in particular are going to go, but there are some people that say, hey, I'm going to leave America. I'm going to go to China, for example. Well, look at what's taking place over there. Come on now. It's getting crazy. Let's go, man.
In remote areas, rainfall can't even be accurately forecasted due to lack of monitoring stations. Cleanup and restoration efforts are now underway. But with more rain forecast tonight, those efforts could be washed away, triggering a new round of flooding. China's flood season is growing deadlier by the year. And this week is a painful reminder of how vulnerable many still are. Don't forget to subscribe to the Indian Express YouTube.
This is crazy, man. So I want to switch to another video, man. This is wild. And the thing is, this is being broadcasted all around the world. Okay, let's look at another thing from China here, because there's another video. I'm gonna find it, and I think I'm gonna end up showing it to y'all. Let's see.
大家好，情况怎么样？有哪里疼没有？抓住我，抓住我！能站得起来吗？都在我身上，到肩膀上。
I might mute this real quick because I don't know why they playing this music. You see what I'm saying? They rescuing babies. This is some real stuff going on. Now, a lot of people say, well, this is China, serves them right. I don't care. Listen, you don't wish harm on anybody, because for people that think like that, there's a lot of people that think like that. Well, guess what? We've had flooding here in the States. So you be careful. You reap what you sow. If you sow that out, you reap it. Look, you got baby right there. They rescuing, you know, seniors, babies. A lot of this is biblical. I've been trying to tell y'all that. And we're just sitting here watching this unfold. Now, this is not for us to be afraid, but like Tribulation said, Tribulation Saints 144 said, we are in the season of the beginning of sorrows, as prophesied by Christ in Matthew 24. This is the beginning of it, and we're seeing it around the world. It's not just, oh, that's overseas and that's their problem. Look, y'all, I'm about to show y'all some footage right here where I live. I live in Atlanta. I'm gonna show y'all some crazy stuff. Look at all the kids, man. This is wild, yo. This is wild. And they about to get more, or they're getting more actually right now as we're speaking. They're getting slammed with storms. We've been getting slammed with storms here in the States. We've been getting hail, tornadoes. We've been getting a whole lot of stuff. So that was courtesy of the New York Post. Now, I'm about to switch gears, and I'm going to show you a video here in Atlanta. And I got some more like videos I want to show y'all. This is like crazy, man. This stuff is crazy that's going on. Let's see. We'll look at this. Then now this, what you're all about to see, is literally the same time this is going on in China. This is going on here in Atlanta. Let's go. Y'all make sure y'all double tap the screen when you come into the building.
Floodwaters began swallowing Interstate 75 just after 7 o'clock this evening. In a matter of minutes, exit ramps leading to Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport transformed into swift-moving urban streams. With rainfall rates nearing 3 inches per hour, vehicles stalled in water reaching 2 feet deep. A flash flood warning remains in effect until 11:45 p.m.
Do y'all see the wind blowing? Do y'all see the storms that came through? There was people telling me, I got reports, people talking about their power went out. It was hell. It was all types of crazy stuff. And y'all know we've been having tornadoes come through. Because listen, y'all, there's a lot of wicked people all over the planet. Now, I know a lot of people talk about it's just climate change. A lot of what we say is just climate change. It's also biblical. It's also spiritual. And there's a lot of people doing a lot of sin and refusing to get right, refusing to take accountability, just like you got content creators right here on social media that do the same thing. They profess, they follow the Bible, they profess that they're God-fearing, but they're workers of iniquity, like the scripture says. That's what they are. I follow the Bible, I do this. Look, take a look at this, y'all. Look what Matthew chapter 7, verses 21 through 23 says. It says, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. Let me remix this. Not every content creator who is on YouTube who claims that they are biblical or they are Christian or they are Catholic or they're a believer or Hebrew Israelite that says until the Most High, or the Lord shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. But he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Like I said, we got to be doers of this word. Now, check this out. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, or the Most High, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name cast out devils? They claim that certain people are devils. They'll even claim that I'm a devil. You got some content creators that claim that I was a devil with no actual validity, but no valid proof, no actual receipts, just opinions and lies. All they do is opinions and lies. And then they try to chop stuff like politicians do when they are campaigning to make it appear that you said or didn't say and do stuff. And then on top of that, they use AI. So again, they believe that they casting out devils. And then in thy name, they claim that they're doing many wonderful works. Think about all the stuff they say that they're building, that they've done, all their videos and content. And it says in verse 23, and then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. And that's what we're seeing right now in the world. We're seeing a lot of iniquity. We're seeing a lot of sin that's going on. And this is why you're seeing all this flooding and all this stuff going on. Y'all really think this flooding stuff is just random? Y'all think these storms are random? Right? Let's get back to the video content.
And airport ground operations are paused until at least 11 p.m.
Look, can y'all see the hail falling right there? Look at the rain looking like you can see hail hitting the ground. Watch the concrete here, y'all, and y'all can see hail hitting the ground.
Warning remains in effect until 11:45 p.m. And airport ground operations are paused until at least 11 p.m. as authorities work to prevent stranded planes and stalled cars on submerged taxiways and access roads.
I may not make it out of here. Wish me luck. Look at that. Look at that.
Deeper into metro Atlanta, radar shows deep pockets of precipitation stretching across Fulton, DeKalb, Clayton, Cobb, Cherokee, Forsyth, and Gwinnett counties. By 8:36 p.m., flood warnings were flashing around Atlanta, Decatur, Forest Park, College Park, Grant Park, and communities adjacent to the airport. Creeks and rivers that feed city drains, Peachtree Creek, South River, Camp Creek, and parts of the Chattahoochee, have burst their banks, spilling into neighborhoods and submerging streets, underpasses, and low-lying thoroughfares. First responders are actively engaged in rescue operations. Emergency services received multiple calls from motorists trapped in rapidly rising water. In one incident, a vehicle was caught by surprise near a low underpass. Water rose fast enough to enter the vehicle and strand occupants. Rescuers waded into chest-high currents to...
Y'all gotta think about this. The water came so fast, it caught people off guard. Imagine the same speed of flooding. Flooding happens so quick. You look 1 minute, you was like, okay, it's straight. This ain't nothing. I could drive through this. I got this. And then boom, out of nowhere, all of a sudden it's flooding up to your door, up to almost the window or whatever, your car. How you gonna get out? How you gonna drive? Your engine's gonna be dead. You're gonna be toast. Whether you got a gas car or EV, it don't matter what you pushing, car, truck, whatever. It just boom, hits you so quick. You get stuck. You get caught off guard. That's not your typical weather, man. Come on, let's go.
Bring them to safety. The common advice echoes through every channel. Turn around, do not drown. What seems like a shallow puddle can disable a car within seconds and trap its engine forever.
Didn't I just say that? Let's go.
Exclusive footage, TikTok. It's raining so hard in Atlanta, Georgia right now. Look at it called stuff.
Meanwhile, electric crews are moving swiftly to repair downed power lines. Gusty winds, reaching 50 miles per hour in some locations, have brought down numerous branches and utility infrastructure. More than 33,000 Georgia Power customers and an additional 8,000 Georgia Electric Membership Corporation customers are reported to be without power. In neighborhoods from Midtown Atlanta to Cherokee County, transformers have failed and circuits remain offline. At Hartsfield-Jackson itself, the storm's impact has grounded flights, forced a pause in arrivals and departures, and left thousands of travelers stranded in terminal lounges. Even the experience of taxis and rideshare shuttles has been disrupted by torrents across roadway ramps. Maintenance crews are under pressure to address both water and wind damage before operations can resume. As night deepens, the monsoon-like storm is expected to persist. Forecasters caution that additional rounds of rain and wind could materialize through the weekend, although short-lived relief may be observed before the 4th of July. Daily afternoon and evening showers remain a consistent threat. Until a cold front arrives midweek, skies are expected to remain unstable, with highs in the upper 70s and lows in the upper 60s. These conditions foster further downpours when heat and moisture combine. City officials are coordinating across agencies to keep essential routes open and safe. Emergency shelters have been prepped in flood-prone communities, and evacuation routes are being updated live. Travelers are urged to delay any non-essential trips. Heed local weather alerts, and do not attempt to cross flooded roads under any circumstances. Crews are working overnight under cover of rain to clear waterlogged lanes, fallen trees, and damaged signage.
People asking, Real Topics ask, is my area, I'm good. I'm blessed. No power outages, no hail. Did it rain? Did it thunder? Did it lightning? Yes, but none of those floods, none of that. Like, I'm good. I can get out. As a matter of fact, shortly after this stream, I got somewhere I gotta be. I gotta go pick up something that I've been waiting for. But it's still in Atlanta nonetheless. So technically, yes, it's by me, even though I'm not directly impacted by it. And like I said, while I'm saying this is not just localized to Atlanta. This is not just localized to China. This is taking place all over the country and all over the world. Y'all, I'm gonna show y'all some video footage in a minute.
Efforts that will continue into morning hours. Meanwhile, utility and safety technicians are patrolling neighborhoods, restoring power for as many customers as feasible before dawn. Communities remain on heightened alert. The scope of tonight's storm serves as a stark reminder of the speed with which flash flooding can escalate in urban environments. A single heavy burst of rainfall can overwhelm drainage systems in minutes, and areas that were dry just a short while ago may quickly become impassable. This event marks one of the most disruptive weather episodes of the season for Atlanta, a test of infrastructure and emergency coordination. With tens of thousands affected by power outages, flood-locked roads, and grounded flights, city leaders are now focused on weathering the storm and planning a recovery that will stretch through the holiday weekend. And as we shift focus to the northern plains, severe weather conditions are unfolding tonight across parts of North Dakota, bringing heightened concern for residents in several counties. The National Weather Service has issued a tornado watch that stretches through the early morning hours, covering much of south central and southeastern North Dakota, including areas like Sheridan, Kidder, Wells, Burleigh, and Stutsman counties. Radar scan.
You see, this is real, man. Prayers up for Tammy. She says the hail knocked out her back car window, but today is great. Yeah, today it's all sunny and blue skies, white clouds out there. I don't know, man. Anyway, let's go. Y'all make sure y'all double tap the screen.
Scans are picking up fast-moving thunderstorm cells, some of which have already prompted severe thunderstorm warnings. Near the town of Herdsfield in Wells County, strong storms were clocked moving southeast at 30 miles per hour, producing golf ball-sized hail and dangerous wind gusts exceeding 60 miles per hour. These conditions are capable of damaging roofs, knocking down trees and power lines, and creating extremely hazardous travel. especially in rural areas where roads may be poorly lit or flood-prone. Emergency officials have advised residents to be ready to take cover quickly. Interior rooms on the lowest level of sturdy buildings offer the best protection from wind and flying debris. For those living in mobile homes or temporary shelters, now is the time to move to a safer location, if possible. As of late evening, storms were tracking toward Fessenden, Goodrich, and Cathay, while other cells developed near Roscoe and Emmerich. Many of these thunderstorms are exhibiting strong rotation signatures and have a history of producing severe hail and brief tornado touchdowns. Power outages are also being reported, with electric cooperatives warning of downed lines and extended restoration times in some harder-hit rural zones. Stay tuned as our team continues to provide live updates on road closures, power restoration, and safety advisories. For now, avoid all unnecessary travel, stay indoors unless essential, and remember, turn around, do not drown.
It's crazy, y'all. Look at that. This is real. Now, look, I want to show y'all that this flooding is not just in one particular area. And also, let me show y'all something that took place here real quick. Let's take a look at this. This is breaking news. I want y'all to watch this. This is breaking news. Okay, let's take a look at this.
Tonight's storms caused headaches for thousands of travelers at Hartsfield-Jackson. Hundreds of flights delayed and canceled after a ground stop earlier tonight. They also had to evacuate air traffic control. This on a busy 4th of July travel day. Fox 5's Rob DiRienzo is live there. And Rob, what are you seeing?
Yeah, Chris, good evening to you. Well, this storm brought some unwelcome headaches here to Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport earlier this evening. Things are moving back here again, but the delays are still residual. As you mentioned, some scary moments in the air traffic control tower here behind me when they had to evacuate due to the high winds and the storm moving through. We just got an update a little while ago from the FAA. They say air traffic controllers have returned to the Atlanta control tower after the FAA evacuated most personnel due to strong winds.
Listen, y'all, we don't ever have winds that strong. We've had tornadoes come through. We've had all types of things take place, and the winds have not been that strong to where we had to evacuate the air traffic tower. You see what I'm saying? The controller tower. We've had ground stops. Other places had it. Look what Boss Nene said. We just had a tornado in Minnesota. Listen, y'all, it's all this rain, it's flooding. This stuff is going on everywhere. See, so while a lot of people are probably like, oh, I don't care about this. You'll care about it when it impacts your neighborhood, when it impacts your home, when it impacts the store that you like to go to and the places you like to frequent. That's when you'll care about it, right? I'm covering this because this stuff is taking place all over the planet. It's not just in America, and it's not just China. And you got some people that say, oh, it's weather machines. Listen, even if it's weather machines, because I know about cloud seeding and the ability to charge ions and make it rain. And, they were flying over the sky. They leave the trails. That's something that Prince talked about, the artist formerly known as, before they unalived him. Like, I know about all this stuff. But listen, all of these things taking place, whether somebody's doing it, is still essentially signs of the time to come, because if they're doing this and this continues, it's basically going to end up destroying everything. So whether a man is doing it, whether you believe God is doing it, nonetheless, it's going down. This stuff is happening. Let me finish playing this video. I want to switch gears.
Controllers remained in the facility throughout the entire ordeal to handle inbound aircraft. Now, I want to bring you back over to one of the terminals, or one of the gates over here. Things, as I mentioned, thankfully are moving again. But according to FlightAware, there have been 1,051 delays throughout the evening and 178 cancellations here at Hartsfield-Jackson. They say arrival delays for airborne aircraft, an average of 1 hour and 24 minutes, and that is decreasing at this point. and all inbound flights are being held at their origin until Saturday at midnight, and departure delays are on average 1 hour and 40 minutes behind. So at this point, the storm has moved out of the area. The personnel are back in the air traffic control tower, but there is still a big headache here. The FAA is saying to monitor your aircraft carrier as their website and your app to check to see if your flight is impacted. But again, some scary moments in the air traffic control tower here earlier, but things are slowly getting back to normal here at the airport. That's latest from here live at Hartsfield-Jackson.
It's crazy, yo. I'm gonna show y'all something else real quick. Let's take a look at this right here. Now, this is something based out of India. Okay, I just want to show y'all it's like flooding and raining all over, man. Let's go.
And shifting focus now, as heavy rains amid monsoons that have battered several cities pan-India. The rains across the length and breadth of the nation that have brought the country to its knees. These on the onset of monsoons that have also exposed the preparedness level that states need to tackle to the.
Look at this. This is in four different areas, man. Do y'all not see what's going on? This is not normal weather. This is not normal behavior. These are the things that the Bible talks about. Look, y'all. Let me see if I can show you something. Let's see. Let me show you something here. Okay, so we know about the promise that God will not destroy the planet via floods again. It says that, however, the Bible does mention that in the last days will be marked by fearful sights and terrible events, which some interpret as a reference to the increasing frequency and intensity of extreme weather events, including floods. You got talk about floods in the book of Revelation as well. Let me get that on here. Let's take a look at some of these scriptures, because y'all need to understand that this is biblical that's going on, right? I'm just letting y'all know the book of Revelation describes bowls of God's wrath being poured out, including one that turns the sea to blood and another one that dries up the Euphrates River. Even though these aren't described as floods, it's still all of this stuff is taking place. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that the planet is going to be destroyed via floods, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to have floods. And essentially, these floods are the result of these storms, of these whirlwinds. Let's go ahead and play the video while I'm getting ready to pull something up, man, because, excuse me. All right, let's go.
Rainy season. Flash floods triggered by cloudbursts have claimed 6 lives in Himachal Pradesh. Now, according to officials, the hill state has reported 3 cloudbursts, 9 flash floods, and 3 landslides in the last 24 hours itself. Gujarat's southern region, including Navsari, are experiencing disrupted normal life with submerged roads and homes. A bridge was also washed away in Chota Udaipur due to increased water flow in the river.
Do y'all see that? A bridge was washed away due to increased water flow. This is India. I'm trying to let y'all see that this stuff is going on all over the planet. So you got certain people be like, oh, well, America's about to go to war and all this stuff. I'm about to get out of America. Where you going to go? So are you going to leave America and go to another particular type of country? Night Shift says we've had these type of weather patterns every so many years. No, we have not, Night Shift. Never before have we had this type of weather that has shattered records. The frequency of this type of weather, we've never had it. It's like labor pains. This is what the Bible says. Sure, we've had extreme weather before around the world, but never like this. First of all, when we've had extreme weather, we've had localized extreme weather. So it'll be extreme weather taking place over here, but it's not taking place over there. It'll take place in one state, but not in another state. It'll take place in one side of the country, but not another side of the country. It'll take place in one particular part of the world, but not like all across the world. What we're having is things that are taking place all across the world, all at the exact same time. Listen to the key points. All at the same time. We've never had this happen in this type of frequency, this type of severity, this type of speed where it's catching everybody off guard, this level of damage. And everybody's just acting like, oh, whatever, this is normal. Oh, this is no big deal. Now listen, this is nothing to freak out about, or this is nothing to go into some doom and gloom, because I don't do that. Again, what I'm doing is I'm informing people the things that are taking place are not normal. We've never had this type of combination. If you check all the stats in each of the regions around the world, they've had faster level. The water has never risen that quickly. You've had the level of severity, the level of reach that has spread geographically speaking, and then for all of this to take place all across the world. There's more countries I can show y'all. I've just shown y'all America, I've showed you China, and I'm showing you India. What other countries y'all want me to pull up? All of this is taking place at the same time. That's unheard of. Normally, you're just like, oh, okay, they experiencing crazy weather. Whatever, let me go about my life. The crazy weather is coming to everybody. And even as here in the United States, everybody across the United States been experiencing crazy weather. We just got finished dealing with this crazy heat wave. You had a heat wave spread across the entire United States. When do we have the entire United States blanketed under a heat wave? It breaks records. This is crazy. I know I'm talking about heat and I'm talking about other stuff. We literally had a record-breaking heat wave. Let me show y'all this. Record-breaking. So this is not normal weather. This is not normal behavior. This is something to be aware of. Not to be in fear, but to be aware of. It said we have a record-breaking heat wave is gripping the U.S. West, with several locations experiencing temperatures well above historical averages and breaking daily records. See, this is what I'm trying to say. The floods are breaking records. The storms are breaking records. The weather, the heat, all of this is breaking records. So whatever took place in the past had a record. And for that record to be broken means it's on a whole nother tip. And a lot of people are just passing this on, whatever. Until a theater near you, until the movie is shown in a theater near you. Then wherever you live, when something like this comes to your city, your neighborhood, your country, then all of a sudden people want to get concerned. Because it's all fun and games. It's all BS. It's all, I don't give a flying flip. Until it comes to your particular area. And that's what's been happening. We've been having things take place and hit people that hasn't hit people before. That's the crazy thing about it. Like, let me see if I can get this. Let me see. Let me see if I can get this on the screen real quick here. Give me 1 second here. Okay, take a look at this. This is some record highs. And as you can see, when you look at the map, everybody was under record highs. They're shattering their record temperatures. That's not normal. The weather patterns are not normal. Even if you believe it's heart manipulated. If you believe that the heart people are using the heart machine to manipulate the weather. If you don't believe that it's God or whatever, even that makes more sense. This is not a normal pattern of weather. We don't have these types of things. Listen, I'm here in Atlanta, for example. We have the infrastructure to not get flooded out. So for things to happen so quick, to overflow, for the air traffic controller tower to have to be evacuated. I've never heard of that before. We've had tornadoes come through. We've had hail come through. We've had storms, rain, lightning, all types of things come through in Atlanta. I'm a native. I'm an AT alien, born and raised. I've never heard them on the news say they had to evacuate the tower, the air traffic controller tower. I've never heard them say that. For the first time, they said they had to do that. So we're having records take place everywhere. Look at what's going on back with India, man. Let's go.
River. In worst hit Himachal, Chief Minister Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu has directed all top-level officials to be on alert and ensure 24/7 accessibility to the public.
There was a flash flood in Kaniara, Dharamshala area on which third day itself today the rescue operation is on, and till now more than 200 people have been rescued from the Hydel project site. And this is the location where you see right behind here at 5 kilometers the Hydel project is located, where 13 people went missing, and out of which 5 were rescued one yesterday itself, and 8 went missing, and out of it 6 dead bodies have been recovered so far, and 2 people are still missing, for which more than 100 personnel of NDRF, SDRF and local police are being rescuing it, and the operation is on third day itself. But you see the weather conditions are still more concerning here, because orange alert been issued by the weather department for till 11 p.m. Today, and you see the condition, the water level has been also been increasing after the heavy rainfall here, and there is always a danger for the localites who are residing nearby, and also the tourist people that are into such prone areas, and also disaster management and the weather department and the local administration have suggested, issued an advisory for the people to not go nearby this nalas and this Manuni Khad or rivers that are located in Himachal, and also they need to safeguard themselves from the landslide, flash flood and any other danger or the disaster that could take place in such weather conditions. And also now on the third day the operation is on, but two people are now missing, for which the search is going on. And also these weather conditions are more concerning, because it's a start to the monsoon season, but this weather and the tragedies which has taken place, whether the cloud burst in the area or the flash flood or the heavy rain or the landslide, is somehow indicating that this time the monsoon is more concerning, is not usual as it used to be in these areas.
Did you hear what he just said? He said the monsoon is not normal like it usually be in these areas. And so this is what I'm trying to get people to understand. What we're seeing, what we're witnessing across the planet, this is not the normal crazy storm and weather. This is literally stuff of biblical proportions. Now, we know according to the Bible that God will not destroy the world based upon floods. He said it would be based upon fire. So though we know that we're not going to have some Noah's Ark type flood, it doesn't mean that we're not going to have floods. And the book of Revelation talks about floods. Let me see something. Let me see if I can show this to y'all real quick. It's basically divine judgment. Let me get a little bit of this on the screen real quick. In the book of Revelation, floods are mentioned as both literal and symbolic representations of divine judgment and conflict. What are we seeing now? A bunch of flood. Revelations 12:5 describes a flood of water spewed from the serpent's mouth to attack the woman. So when people say, oh, well, it's heart and it's people being evil, manipulating the weather to cause the floods. Well, doesn't that sound like the serpent's mouth to attack the woman when it says water spewed from the serpent's mouth? So if people believe that it's man-made, boom, all of this stuff is going to happen. That ain't good says, what about earthquakes? Yeah, earthquakes, all of this stuff is in it. All of these things are in it. Like all of these things. Let me see if I can show this to y'all real quick. All of this stuff is biblical. Look at right here in the book of Revelation. I really don't want to get too deep in it, but if y'all want me to, I can do a live stream dedicated to these types of things. It says the book of Revelation includes descriptions of various natural disasters. And this is the book of Revelation. I know people talking about this ain't Genesis. I get that. We talking about the book of Revelation. It says it describes various natural disasters, including earthquakes, floods, and storms, which are often understood as symbolic representations of divine judgment and the tumultuous events leading up to the end times. It doesn't mean we're in the end times. These things are leading up to it. You got Revelation 6:12 talking about the sixth seal, describes a great earthquake that occurs with the opening of the sixth seal. This earthquake is associated with other cosmic disturbances, such as the sun becoming black and the moon turning red and stars falling to the earth. Have we not had the meteor that just hit Georgia the other day, and we had the blood moon, and the meteor that also hit South Carolina that I covered? The sun becoming black is symbolic of an eclipse. That's one of the ways that the sun becomes black. We have eclipses. I talked about this stuff before, but people think it's hogwash. They think this stuff is hogwash, but it's right here in the Bible. It's right here in the Bible. Listen, the seventh trumpet in Revelation chapter 11, verse 19 says, following the seventh trumpet, there are flashes of lightning, rumblings, peals of thunder, an earthquake, and heavy hail. Have we not been having things like that, for example, to take place? I'm not saying that we're in the seventh seal or anything, but I'm saying, have we not just recently, I'm talking about in 2025, had a combination of crazy lightning? We just had storms come through today on our side, on the western side, and over there on the eastern side of the world. They got the monsoon and the storms. They got crazy lightning. We've been having crazy flashes of lightning. We've been having crazy thunder rumblings. There's been a lot of rumblings, as they say, peals of thunder. There has been an earthquake not too long ago. I can pull that up for y'all in a second. And we've been having heavy hail. Let me see if I can pull this up. See if I can get this for y'all real quick. Let's see. No, I don't want this to be pulled up here. I'm going to put this on the screen right here, okay? Just so y'all can see. All right, this is a map. Oh, these pop-ups, man. This is a map of seismic activity, okay? And this is as of today, okay? This is as of today in June. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, right? Now, you got somebody named Butcher says the world was going to end. Listen, Y2K was not biblical. Y2K was full of people that were just trying to scare people. What I'm doing is I'm trying to inform people of what's taking place around the world. Go live your life. Go do this. Enjoy your life. Do not be afraid. I talk about this. Matthew 24, the wars, rumors of wars. I talk about all of these things. Nobody's fear-mongering. You're just coming into the class late thinking that that's what I'm doing because you haven't been here for the last 49 minutes that I've been live streaming. So I'm trying to educate the new people coming in here. This ain't no doom and gloom. However, these are things that we are paying attention to. These are labor pains. For example, when a woman has labor pains, it doesn't mean that she's delivering the baby. It means that the baby would be coming soon. Soon is relative. What is soon? Soon to some people could be seconds. Soon to another person could be minutes. Soon to another could be hours. Soon to another person could be days. There could be a variation. All we know is that sometime soon, whether it's in our lifetime, somebody else's lifetime, our kids, if we have children, their kids, we're seeing the beginning of labor pains with the frequency of these storms and these earthquakes and these weathers, right? So what I'm trying to do is, and Butcher brought up a good point. You got a lot of content creators that do doom and gloom. What I'm trying to do is inform everybody of what's going on and let everybody know that this isn't just some normal rain, normal floods, normal storms. They're taking place around the world at the same time. Let me see if I can get this on here. Let's see. Look at this right here. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. I want to show y'all this particular scripture. I'm gonna have to actually expand it so that y'all could see. Okay, so right now we're looking at Matthew chapter 24, and I want to skip to verse 2, right? It says, "Do you see all these things?" He asked. "Truly, I tell you, not one stone here will be left on another. Every one will be thrown down." Okay, this is talking about the destruction of the temple. You know, these folks who act like they building up righteous things and the signs of end times. We're looking at the signs of end times, right? We're only paying attention to the signs. I'm bringing awareness that, hey, look at what's going on so that you know what to do. So that you could be prepared for the weather. You could be prepared because a lot of people are going out. It's summertime. A lot of people are out and about. They're traveling. They're catching flights. They're driving. They're in the train. They're walking, whatever, riding, bikes, etc., etc. And you can get caught in this weather. You may be having plans to travel to a particular area, and you need to know about what's going on so you can make plans accordingly. It goes on to say that you're going to see that all of these things, when you see that nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, that's what we've seen with the wars. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. We just saw about the food issues in China. People be talking about the food shortages here in America with the farmers, with the migrant situation. Come on now. Everybody's like, well, the farmers are not working. All these farms are closing. We're not getting this. This costs more. Come on now. That could be considered a famine because it's a shortage of food in various places. It says all these things are the beginning of birth pains. And that's what we're watching. We're watching the beginning of labor pains. The beginning of it. It doesn't mean this is the end, but we're seeing the beginning of it. These are confirmation signs that it's the beginning. Shout out to Marissa Elgis with a $20 super chat. I appreciate that. She says, "I'm late, but you're definitely in the book. Thanks always." Hey, you appreciate it. Yeah, look, DD Free just said Tennessee had an earthquake recently. We even had an earthquake here in Georgia, and Georgia don't even get earthquakes. What was it? What was the earthquake? It was like here we go. Here's the earthquake that DD Free was just talking about. If you look on the screen right here, it says May 10th at 9:54 a.m. Atlanta time, Eastern time, a 4.1 magnitude earthquake in Tennessee woke up families and rattled homes as far away as Atlanta, as it spread tremors across portions of the southern U.S. on Saturday morning. So we're having things that normally don't take place in any particular area take place, right? That's what's going on. Forever Studio says no sound. What do you mean no sound, Forever Studio? I'm not playing any videos. I'm hearing myself talk on Saturday morning. We're having things that normally don't take place. I don't understand what you mean by no sound. In any particular area. I hear myself talking. Take place. Forever Studios. Right? That's what's going on. Forever Studio says no sound. What do you mean no sound, Forever Studio? I'm not playing any. Yeah, the sound is working, Forever Studios. You might need to check your particular you need to check your particular sound. Is anyone else saying they can't hear me? Because I just got finished playing the sound coming through and I can hear myself. I see people showing hearts or whatever in the chat. Can y'all hear me? Y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Please let me know because I'm watching the stream. I'm literally watching my own live stream. Y'all see this? I'm watching the stream. Y'all see how the hearts going up here in real time? I'm watching the stream and I can hear myself. So let me know if there's an issue with the sound, but I'm hearing it just fine. What's up, Doug Fresh? Okay, yeah, JD Mosley said y'all can hear me. Okay, I just want to make sure. The point, like I said, of all of this, you're having things take place that never took place before. Okay, we getting 1. So Forever Studios, you might need to check something on your end. If anybody says they can't hear me, everybody says they can hear me just fine. I'm not playing any video content. The audio did not drop out because I've been watching and listening to the stream the whole time. So there was no audio that dropped out. If you didn't hear any sound, it's because either I muted audio, like the video audio, or something to that nature. But in terms of me talking, I never muted anything. This stuff is crazy, man. It's stuff that's going on all over. Watch this. I mean, look at this. Let's see if I can show y'all this. Let me see. Give me 1 second here. I want y'all to look at this. Look at this map. This is a map here. Maybe I'll turn up the music so folks can understand I'm still here. Look at this map. Okay, this map is showing rolling storm damage reports in the U.S. Look at how widespread we got these storms. It's almost the entire country of the United States. We're having weather take place across. Look, this is June 28th. Look, these storms, look down here. It says tornado, large hail, high wind in the past 24 hours. Let me see if I can get this where y'all can. All of this you're seeing is in the past 24 hours. So when you see these, like these icons right here, all of this stuff is talking about in the past 24 hours. This is June the 28th. And then it has June the 27th. So look, we're looking at all of these icons, all of these things, rain, storm, high wind, all of this taking place almost across the entire country. And then you're seeing this take place in India and China and other regions around the world. I'm telling you, man, we got to get right because a lot of us are playing games. A lot of us are in sin. And a lot of us don't think that we got to make that change. Listen, God will protect you wherever you are around the world. You don't have to live in fear. Listen, this stuff was going on in Atlanta. I saw the lightning. I heard the thunder. I was good. Power was on. It was business as usual over here. Why? Because I'm not out here trying to be wicked. And so the Most High is protecting me, just like he protected Lot and his family in Sodom and Gomorrah. You could be living in a town that might be wicked. You might be living in a country or area that you consider wicked, but it does not mean that God won't protect you. God protects his people. Telling you, man, this is crazy. Let me finish. Let's finish this particular story right here so that y'all can understand what's going on. Let's get this going. And again, he said this is weather that normally never happens.
Not usual as it used to be in these areas. Getting that this time the monsoon is more concerning, is not usual as it used to be in these areas. With getting that this time the monsoon is more concerning, is not usual as it used to be in these areas. With video journalist Girish, this is Aman Bhardwaj for India Today.
He said it's not like it normally is in these areas. Let me see something real here. See if I can find this. Give me 1 second here. Look at this. Y'all think this is localized? Look, this is weather here from Europe. Okay, this is weather here in Europe. What's up, Salita Solar? This is weather in Europe, like as the 27th, yesterday. It says in France, severe thunderstorms impacted large parts of the country, especially in the north and northeast. Powerful supercells brought large hailstones, up to 8 centimeters in diameter, frequent lightning, damaging winds, and torrential rainfall. So France is getting flooded. Come on now. See, people thinking that this is a game. I'm trying to tell y'all. Everybody's like, move out of America. America's full of sin. So what you gonna do? Get on a plane, go fly to France? You're gonna catch the same hailstones. You're gonna catch the same weather. I told y'all, man, this is a biblical thing. This is about sin. It says ferocious winds brought down trees and power lines, resulting in 2 fatalities and power cuts to over 110,000 homes. Check this out. Austria. Severe storms, and this was just yesterday. Severe storms and hail impacted Upper Austria, Styria, and Tyrol. Hailstorms caused significant damage to crops and vehicles. Strong winds uprooted trees and led to a train derailment. Urgent weather warnings were issued, leading to the evacuation of the Woodstock Der Blast Music Festival. In Greece, you had a wildfire in the Paleophokaya seaside area near Athens, exacerbated by strong winds and a heat wave. Have we not had strong winds and a heat wave here in the U.S. just this week? I'm trying to break this down, y'all. People think this is a game. Y'all not gonna find no other content creator pulling all of this together. No content creator or news reporter, for that matter, is breaking this story down the way that I am, showing you that this is the weather going on in this part of the region, all at the same time. Listen, in eastern Romania, in Serbia, in Montenegro, these regions experience severe weather, including large hail and convective wind gusts. I'm telling you, man, you had severe storms across Europe cause significant disruptions to air travel, affecting airports like Paris, Charles de Gaulle, Barcelona International. Come on, man. Over 450 flights were impacted by delays. So while people thinking, oh, it's just a Hartsville, Atlanta international part. I don't live in Georgia. I don't live in Atlanta. This doesn't affect me. This affects everybody. It says other regions impacted by severe weather include Germany, Switzerland, Italy. Let me get this up here on the screen. Italy, Czechia, Poland, and Slovakia. Heat waves and wildfires also affected parts of southern Europe, including Spain and Portugal. So while the United States is under a heat wave, a lot of y'all like, oh, they going to war with Iran and Israel. I'm about to get out of the U.S. Where you going to go? You going to go to Europe? You're going to go to Spain and Portugal? Because guess what? They're experiencing heat waves and wildfires and crazy weather too. Come on, man. I told y'all this stuff is spiritual. This is biblical. And what we're looking at is these are regions just in Europe over the last day. As of yesterday, the 27th. Today is Saturday, the 28th. We're talking about just yesterday alone. All at the same time around the world. So while they experiencing fires, flash floods, all this stuff, we experiencing this stuff here in America. Somebody tell me what's going on. And whether you believe it is HAARP, the weather machine, and they're manipulating, the fact is, this is going down. This is what the Bible is talking about with the serpent. Let me see if I can go back to the scripture. The Bible was talking about the serpent, a woman she saw with the seal when she saw, here we go. right here, what she talked about in the book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 15. It describes a flood of water spewed from the serpent's mouth to attack the woman, which represents the church or God's people. It says, while Revelation 16, so we're going from Revelation 12, you look at Revelation 16, it depicts the pouring out of the 7 bowls of God's wrath, some involving destructive waters. So what we're seeing is a prelude to those things. And that's what I'm trying to let people know. Now listen, this is not for us to live in fear. This is for us to be informed. So we can drink a cup of that, act right. We can drink a cup of that, get right. We can stay right so that we can stay under God's protection. Listen, God protect you. There's been many stories of people praying and tornadoes coming and they skip over their house, jump over the fire. Let me see if I can find this one video with them California fires. Let me see. I had the video, but I don't have it handy. Let's see. See if I can find it. Watch this. Watch this. Wait, let me see if I can find it. Man, it's I need to. I found it, but I gotta like find the part, man. Just bear with me, y'all. See if I can find the part. Trying to see if I can find it. Here we go. I found it. Okay, I want y'all to watch this, right? I want y'all to take a look at what I'm about to show. Okay, we're about to take a look at this. So this was about the fires. I want to show you how God will protect y'all. Okay, let's turn the music down. Listen, y'all, this is serious. I want y'all to really watch this, man. We ain't playing around here, okay? Watch what's being said here. Matter of fact, we're going to stop the music, period. I want you to listen to what's being said. And this is what I'm telling you, that the Most High God will protect you from all these storms and these floods and these situations, right? For us to not be in fear. This is a testament of our faith. This shows the world our faith. There's a lot of wicked people. There's more wicked people than righteous people in the world. So watch this, y'all. Watch what's said.
Yvette said that this guy's house was touched by God.
It had to be, because it sure didn't burn.
But if his house is touched by God, what happened to the rest of the neighborhood?
God didn't care about us. There it shows it right now. But I'm going to let this go, and I'm going to close my gate, and I'm going to get out of here.
It's touched by God, what happened to the rest of the neighborhood? But if his house is touched by God, what happened to the rest of the neighborhood?
God didn't care about us. There it shows it right now. It didn't burn.
But if his house is touched by God, what?
It had to be. Because
said that this guy's house was touched by God.
It had to be, because it sure didn't burn.
But if his house is touched by God, what happened to the rest of the neighborhood?
God didn't care about us. There it shows it right now.
But if his house is touched...
Look at that. His house ain't even burnt. Nothing. Nothing. Not one thing. Look at that. That house completely untouched. No smoke damage. None of that. But every single home around there was destroyed. Now you explain that to me. Somebody explain that. And I'm pretty sure there's more than that. Forever Studios, he says, I remember when this guy said this. Wow, this is what I'm trying to tell you. See, we're not living in fear of these storms and these earthquakes and these floods. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is pay attention to what time it is. Listen, there is no sin where you inform somebody what time it is. This is like somebody asks, excuse me, sir, what time do you have? What time is it? Excuse me, ma'am, what time is it? And you telling people what time it is. There's no sin in that. And that's exactly what I'm doing with this content. Make sure y'all double tap the screen when you come into the building. I'm letting y'all know exactly what's going on. So just as you see with the California fires, people saying it was a heat ray, some type of ray strike that caused it to burn. People saying it actually did burn. The point is, why is every other neighborhood burnt to a crisp all around there, but their house is not touched? And that's just like the stories I was telling you about, where people prayed a tornado was coming, direct hit. Tornado lifts up over a person's house and comes back down in their backyard. I've done live streams on that. I have, it's when I talked about the storms hitting that plant. Let me see if I can find that video. Hitting the Pfizer plant. That's right. It was that's what it was. It was when the storm hit the Pfizer plant, and I broke that down. I got it right here on my channel. The tornado hits, let's see, Pfizer plant. I'm gonna see if I can find it on my channel. It's I gotta find exactly where it was. It might have been in this one here. I think it was in the World Storms video that I did. Let me see if I can find it. I have a lot of stuff on my channel where this stuff is documented. Let me see something. Here it is. Here it is. So this is the this is the video that I did. This is on my channel, y'all. Okay, I did this live stream and I showed y'all how the Pfizer plant got destroyed. Well, somewhere during this stream, it's an hour in. I don't remember exactly. Let me see if I can find it. Give me 1 second here. I'll find it. I'll find it. I'm gonna find it for y'all. Give me 1 second here. And some around here, watch this. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Look at how this tornado missed her particular see if I can get this a little big. Look at how the tornado missed her house. She says Carolyn Slade describes how an EF3 tornado narrowly missed her daycare center that was crowded with children and staff. This was back on July 19th of 2023. Y'all remember the Pfizer plant got hit? Y'all know the plant? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Where you had to get the, you know what? The pointy thing, you had to get two of them. The Pfizer. What's up, August T Queen? This is what I'm talking about. Y'all remember that? Listen, watch how the Most High protected her. So just remember, when you dealing with, let me see. Let me see. Let me back it up a little bit. I probably could just pull up the article. Let's just play it. Listen. Through all the time on the coast. They get a little spin up tornadoes. They never saw anything like this. Just listen.
Because the wind was picking up forcefully. By the time the wind started coming, the clouds had dropped and they looked real. I've never seen nothing like that. Never experienced it. The outer door flew open. I was standing right here and the door flew open. Our exit door came open because of the force of the wind.
Now, mind you, the wind was so strong, it already blew The door, the outer door, and their inner door open. Listen to what she's saying. The wind already blew the outer door and the inner door open already. If the wind was that strong, don't you think it could have just easily blew the daycare away and everybody could be gone? But check this out.
Yesterday, our phone door came open because of the force of the wind that came on the inside of the entrance. And I slammed the door, I locked it, and I stood here and I said, Lord, you said in your word, where you see your blood, you will pass over. And I said, Lord, you said in your word, where you see your blood, you will pass over. And I said, Lord, you said in your word, where you see your blood, you will pass over.
Preach, sister.
Just let this storm pass over. It will pass over. Just let this storm pass over. Just let this storm pass over us, the building. We got children here. The storm was like it lifted up over the daycare and it went in the backyard. The storm was like it lifted up over the daycare and it went in the backyard. Lift up over the daycare and it went in the backyard. Landed on the back side of the building.
Y'all hear this? Y'all hear that? So, and this is what the word says. You can command mountains, right? You can command mountains, right? Okay. So listen, that's what I was trying to tell y'all. Marissa said she was remember when I covered it. This was July of 2023. This was 2 years ago when this happened. What I'm trying to tell you is that the righteous are protected, right? Yeah, Michelle's right. Mitchell know about the jab. That's what I'm talking about. When the Pfizer plant got destroyed, and a lot of people were saying how wicked it was for them to come up with the jab and all that stuff, and how that was God's judgment, because it's like that tornado came out of nowhere and it just destroyed that whole plant, but yet it didn't destroy this woman in their daycare. And so what I'm trying to tell you is that even when these storms and these things happen, God he will protect his children. He will protect his own. And listen, everybody that says, Lord, 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 have I not prophesied in thy name, done wonderful works in thy name? It don't mean that they are righteous. Okay, like Matthew chapter 7, verses 21 to 23 says, a lot of y'all are deceived by these content creators here on YouTube, for example. A lot of them got big platforms. You think they're a Hebrew Israelite. You think they're a Christian. You think they're a Catholic. You think they're some believer just because they quote scriptures all day. And they're the ones that's running around like in Matthew. Telling you, man, this is crazy. And when they cover content like this, they doom and gloom you. They fear monger you. They tell you the world is over. This is it. Everything comes to an end. They don't give you faith. They don't give you edification and a path and a way on how this is going to work out. They don't do that. But I do. I do. I just want y'all to see. You see accountants. You see stories. We saw from the fires in California, how that one house was spared, was not even touched. No smoke damage, no nothing. That's literally impossible. How can you explain how that house was protected from no smoke damage, no fire damage, nothing, but all the neighbors' homes burnt down? That's God's protection over you. That's what happens. God will protect you, and somebody right next to you might they might kick the bucket. I'm not saying and wishing anything on anybody, but I'm just saying, if that person next to you don't have God's protection, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God that we're talking about here, hey, that's what happens. And what you're seeing around the world is calamities happening because a lot of people are in sin. A lot of people are not operating right. And a lot of people are falling victim to God's judgment. God is judging the world right now. That's why we got wars, we got the weather, we got all this crazy stuff going on. The world is being judged. But if you're moving right, you got nothing to be concerned of. So like, that's the type of stuff that I'm trying to show y'all. And look, the judgment is all over the world, even right here in Atlanta, Georgia, where I'm at. I know where some of y'all stay, but wherever you are, the entire world's being judged. There's no escaping this. There's no getting on a plane or getting on a boat or getting in a car or getting in a truck or getting in a train and thinking you're going to travel somewhere and escape this. You can't escape the wrath of God. Nobody can escape God's judgment. We will all be judged at some point in time. And some people are being judged right now in the midst of it. And this is a wake-up call to get our attention so we know what time it is. This is a time marker. Right? So, I'm just telling y'all, be encouraged. Stay in this word and these scriptures. Pay attention to what's going on. What's happening is the things out of the book of Revelation. That's what we're watching. That's what we're listening to. And like I said, we've been seeing storms and floods, and we've been seeing crazy heat waves, as y'all can see. We got all types of stuff going on. All types of stuff going on. But y'all be encouraged. I've been on this thing for an hour and 20 minutes. I appreciate everybody. What's up, Jackie? Y'all make sure y'all double tap the screen. Feel free to share this particular video. Share my channel. I have a lot of videos on my channel that my new viewers, my new subscribers, feel free to take a look for. Search. Have a very unique breakdown. Right? Yeah, look. Michelle says it's been raining here every day. This is what I'm talking about. So let's stay prayed up. Let's this is a good time to have a relationship with the Most High. Seek the God of Abraham, Isaac, or Jacob. You don't have to be joining no church and doing all of that. You could do it right where you are. Nobody got to know. Listen, let me say this. Nobody has to know that you decided to have a personal relationship with the Father through the Son. That you pulled a John 3:16. Nobody got to know. You can do this in the comforts of your own home, at work, in the car, wherever you are. If you believe and you believe that Christ died for your sins and rose so that you could be forgiven and have everlasting life, boom. That's it. It's done. And you go about your business. You ain't got to get out here and tell people. You ain't got to come down to church aisle and do it. I mean, those are ways of doing it. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with those ways, but you ain't got to do that. You could do it right here. Nobody got to know. Nobody here on the internet. I ain't got to know. No one else got to know. You could do these things. But best believe, if you do these things and you believe it, you'll be protected from all of this. And you will watch this stuff play out. You will be like the cameraman. You know what they say, the cameraman never dies? You will be like the cameraman or the camera woman. So, hey, I got some moves to make. I got some more fun to enjoy. And I got some things to do. I got more content. I'm going to be talking about more content. I have some other stories I also have to finish up that I've been speaking on, and I will continue to do that. So, hey, it is what it is, man. I appreciate every last one of y'all. Shout out to the new people pulling up on my platform. My platform is nothing without y'all. So I really do appreciate y'all. What's up, Amber? Look at Amber dropping the scriptures. That's what I'm talking about. Amber dropping the scriptures right before we get out the building. She dropped John 6:40 and Romans 7:19. Let's read that real quick before I get out of here. Let's get that pulled up on the screen real quick. All right, so we're looking at, let me slide up here. We're looking at John 6:40. Okay, that's what we're looking at first right here. And it reads, "For my Father's will is that everyone who looks to the Son and believes in him shall have eternal life, and I will raise them up at the last day." Man, Amber dropping bars. Yo, shout out to Amber. Appreciate you coming through. Amber, you dropping bars, Amber. Biblical bars, man. Amber, Michaels, Chloe, Nicole in the building. Let's look at Romans 7:19. She's dropping biblical bars, man. That's what I'm talking about. She said that's all that matters. And then let's look at Romans 7:19, right? It reads, "For I do not do the good I want to do, but the evil I do not want to do, this I keep on doing." Yo, that's deep right there. That's deep, man. That's deep. Man, Amber, appreciate you. More than I can vocalize. Thank you, Amber. Thank you for coming through, Amber. We appreciate you, Amber. Not just me, everybody. Listen, y'all, we appreciate when y'all rock out with us. We thank y'all for sharing like your comments and your ideas. Rock out with us. That's what my platform's here for. As long as ain't nobody trolling and just being straight, bot crazy, it's all to the good. It's all to the good. And like I said, I'm just trying to tell y'all what time it is. A lot of y'all know what time it is. And that's what this particular live stream is about. Letting everybody know what time it is. Yo, man, shout out to Amber, man. Amber is the guest of today. I'm going to start doing this guest of today. Amber is the guest of today. She just subscribed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, Amber. Man, y'all don't understand, man. Listen, people talk about money. People talk about all this stuff, relationships. That's the number one thing you can have. Just like having a relationship with the Father through the Son. Relationships, man. Everybody shout Amber out, man. Amber, you the guest of this particular live stream. And I know it's at the end, but as they say the best for last, man. Shout out to Amber, man. Amber just blessed us immensely. 2 scriptures and we set for the rest of the day. The day, the week, the month, the year, you name it. We set. Amber dropping biblical bombs. That's what I'm talking about. You welcome to the family, Amber. Feel free to share your point and your scriptures anytime. Thank you so much. Like, y'all don't understand, man. This the type of stuff that moves me emotionally. Y'all want to know the stuff that moves me emotionally? When I see stuff like this going on in the chat, you can't put a price tag on this. This the type of stuff, if you want to see brainwaves get teary-eyed, it's stuff like this. You can't put a price tag on this. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. This that biblical love. It's that agape love. This that love that the Bible talks about. That's what we got here on this channel. Everybody out here be rolling around. A lot of folks out here wicked. They be sending their subscribers and their viewers to go out and conduct more wickedness and name calling and trolling and be in anger and rage and all this chaotic energy. We got peace over here. We chilling. We're watching all this stuff going on around us, but yet we have peace. We have the promise. This is God's promise to us. This ain't just me talking. This is his promise to us according to what he said in his holy word. So, hey, man, feel free to rock out with us anytime, Amber. Thank you so much for blessing us. Like, seriously, man, I'm set. Like, I'm full. Amber she just put the cherry on top. So, like, I'm good for the rest of the day. Like, maxed out good. And that's all praises to the Most High. All praises to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob for this. He's showing up and showing out, and we building up a whole new army of the Most High. Listen, y'all, everybody that rock with me, we the army, we in the army of the Lord. That's how we say it in the country. We don't say Lord, we say the loud. That's how we say it down south here in America. Here in America, we say the loud. So we here in the army of the loud. That's what I'm talking about. And we all building up each other. We all look out for each other. Listen, we ain't fake. We real over here. So we real about these scriptures. We real about this biblical life. We doers of this word. And that's what a lot of people can't stand. And the army is growing. More and more people getting the memo. More and more people want to be a part of this family. Not my family, but the family of the Most High. Jackie says we are God's Christian soldiers on this channel. That's it. That's what's up. That's what's up. If you believe in the Bible, whether you're a Christian, whether you are a Catholic, whether you are a Hebrew Israelite or some other Protestant, man, we all rocking together because we believe in the book. What's up, Rollo? So, hey, man, I got something I got to go pick up that is waiting on me that I've been looking forward to. And I'm going to go kick back and enjoy the rest of my day. Shout out to my Hebrew Israelites out there. Again, Shabbat Shalom to you. I know the Sabbath is just about over, depending on where you are. But yeah, it's winning season. It's like what Rollo said. It's winning season. We are winning over here. You're going to watch a lot of wicked suffer, y'all, 10,000 fall on my right, 100,000 fall on my left, but I have the Lord. We got the Most High. We've got God on our side, and this is why we're winning. And they can't understand it. A lot of people can't understand this, man, but we do. We get it. When I do my videos, for those of you that's here, I'm sure y'all caught on and y'all know. I talk about particular subjects because it also gives me a perfect opportunity to share the goodness of the Most High, the goodness of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and how we are winning in him. Why? Because the battle's already won. So if you following the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you already won. What's up, Selena? We got a couple other content and content creators here in the building. So y'all make sure you subscribe to Forever Studios. He's a content creator. Okay. We got Floridian Rollo. You make sure you subscribe to him. And we got Selena. Subscribe to her. Listen, if y'all like me, the new people that's here, my new subscribers, if y'all like me, you're like, man, I'm liking this Brainwaves channel. Go check them all out. Y'all gonna like rocking with them. Cause they my people. They my crew, and they also my people in the Most High. You see what I'm saying? They believe in the same God that we believe in, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So y'all subscribe to all of them. Y'all support them. They have a lot of content. Listen, y'all, we a team. And let me make this known too. If you are a content creator yourself and you're new to my channel, let us know who you are. Feel free to share your channel name or your links here in my chat. Now, I don't condone trolling, but if you got something that's at least decent and respectful, and it ain't something that's straight buck wild and damaging, hey, let us know. Let me know. Feel free to post it when I'm going live. So when y'all see all these people pull up on my live chat, that's free promotion to y'all. Give and it shall be given unto you. Press down, shaking, good measure, runneth over. Right? So when I'm live, to all my content creators, new and up and coming, as well as those of you that are established, feel free to post, say, Selena's YouTube channel, and put your link in the comment section. Floridian Rollo's YouTube channel, put your link in there. Forever Studios YouTube channel, put your link in there. Y'all get it. There we go. Selena's got hers in here. Y'all feel free to do this every time I'm live. I'm different from almost every other content creator out there. I don't move the way the other content creators move. Not to say the other content creators don't promote other people's channels. A lot of content creators will not let you post links to their channel directly in their chat. And you can even come back in the comment section and do it. I don't care. Now, if you're trolling and you spam, I'm going to block you behind. I know we don't condone that around here. We talking about actual legit content creators and those that are looking to get into this space. You say, I don't know anybody. Yeah, you do. You know me. You got access to my platform. Use that to help you get going with your career. And don't forget somebody when you make it. That's all I say. Don't forget a brother when you make it. That's all I ask. Don't forget me when you make it. So, hey, speaking of making it, I got somewhere that I'm trying to make it so that I can get back and enjoy the rest of my time here. I'm going to try to check. I think Rollo said he's going live soon, so I'll try to check him out if I'm free. And, hey, look, Selena, no, look. She told you, look, we'll block you behind, man. We don't play that. You posting spam and all that stuff on any of our channels, you're going to get blocked. We don't do that. You're going to get blocked. So, hey, let me get out of here. Again, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, even my content creators like Selena, and all of y'all pulling up. Man, I appreciate this for real. I don't care if it's 5 seconds. I appreciate it. And we got a lot of wonderful things to look forward to. So, hey, double tap the screen if you haven't done so. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And share if you haven't done so. I will catch y'all in the next one. Stay tuned. I got more live streams coming. Until then, enjoy your morning, your day, your night, wherever you are around the world. I bid you blessings. And until the next show,